Hi guys, welcome back. If you are new here, my name is Brooke and these are my lifestyle vlogs. If you have not already, please do hit subscribe and become a part of the Brooke Dowd vlog family. Before we get into things, I want to just give you guys a bit of background on what's going on here. So basically, my friend Gopi, she was my sorority little sis in college. She was basically one of my best friends. We were super close, and last year she ended up moving to the East Coast to New York. But now she is in Sacramento again. So we wanted to take a little girls trip, catch up, have some fun. So we went to San Francisco, and we were just gonna do one vlog from start to finish, just our trip in San Francisco. But what ended up happening was we ended up having a pre-adventure before the adventure. So we decided to drive into San Francisco the night before, because if you go to San Francisco from Sacramento, well, at least the area we're in, it takes about an hour and a half without traffic. But if you go during prime traffic hours, commuting hours, or the exact time that we would have had to leave in the morning to go there, it can take upwards of 4 hours. So we did not even want to have to deal with that because she's here for a very limited amount of time. So we decided to drive in the night before, stay at a hotel, and that way we would just be in the city ready to go in the morning. But we ended up having quite an adventure with that, driving in the night before. So this is a bit of a story time covering that portion. I tried to put it in one video, but it ended up being 20 something minutes long, and it was just too excessive, and it didn't really flow very well between the two. So between like the story time and then the actual adventure vlog. So I ended up just splitting them up and doing two separate ones. So this is the story time one, and next week I will be posting the more activity one and such. So that's what this is, and I hope you guys enjoy it, and let's get into it. Okay, so before I drop off Gopi, I just kind of want to talk about the insane day we had, or night we had last night. So I picked up Gopi like 6:30, right?
Yeah, it was about 6:30.
And then she had just gotten in, like she got home like half an hour previous from her flight from the East Coast. And so we went, we like got in and out, and she got her animal style fries, all that good stuff. And then we head to the Bay Area.
Mind you, I'm like 3 hours behind the California time. So 6 o'clock ahead, yeah. So that meant 6 o'clock meant 9 o'clock for me. So I
picked you up like 9:30 your time, yeah.
Yeah, and then also when I left the East Coast, I left at 4 in the morning, or 4, sorry. I left at 5 in the morning, so I was flying all day. That was great.
So she's exhausted. I had a full day of work and was very just like tired and ready to get to San Francisco. So we stop, we get our in and out, we get there, things are fine, but we don't get there till like 9:15.
No.
So we get there, and it's kind of sketchy hotel, but we check in, we go to our room, and I'll let you take it from here.
We get into the room, and it's the size of a closet.
Literally.
Mind you,
like
I moved to New York, and the space there is so limited. It's insane. But coming back to California, you would just assume that the hotel room would be a decent size. No, it was worse than New York. So we tried to settle in, and I'm like kind of being really cautious. I'm like, don't put anything on the ground. I don't think it's clean. Okay, like let me go check out the bathroom and whatnot. We do, and the first thing I see is a roach. And I'm like, I'm not gonna shower here.
A cockroach.
Yeah, and I was like over here like, I'm not gonna shower, it's fine. Like I'll just shower when I get home. Brooke was like, well, I'm gonna attempt to shower. It's kind of small, but whatever.
She didn't tell me she saw the cockroach, okay? Mind you that.
Yeah, and I thought she saw it. And I'm like, oh, okay, I guess you're okay with the situation. And I'm like, all right, like I guess we'll just spend the night here. And In like 2 minutes, Brooke was like, I don't know about you, but I feel so claustrophobic in this room. And I'm like, I'm okay. Like, it's fine. Like, I got this.
Like trying to be a good sport, but like literally the room was like 12 square feet. Not 12, like 6 square feet. Maybe accurately 12, but more realistically. It felt so small.
It's probably, honestly, I'll tell you right now, it's probably the size of your guys' closet. That's how small it was. And
from the bed to like the wall, like your walkways were like, it would barely fit without turning to your side.
Like you can touch one end of the wall to the other end. Like that's how small it was. And so I'm like, it's fine. Like I got this. And then Brooke was like, well, it's fine. I think I'm gonna find another hotel. And I'm like, oh okay. And she's like, do you think they were gonna reverse the charge? And I'm like, yeah. Just tell them you saw a cockroach. And she was like, I don't want to lie. And I'm like, there is a cockroach in the room.
Yeah, she was like, check the bathroom. And I was like, wait, no. I went in there. Within 3 seconds, I found three!
Okay, that is a cockroach. That is another one. And that is another one. And there were more in the shower as well. I think they went down the drain.
Oh my god, I was freaking out, so I recorded it. And
we get out of there as fast as we can. And I'm like, stand your ground, you got this. I'm like watching her from the inside of the car. And she comes back like 5 minutes later, she's like, they did it. I have proof that there was a cockroach in the room. And she's like, yeah. And she showed him the video. And I'm like,
within 3 seconds of looking at it, the manager's like, reverse the charges, reverse them. And like felt super uncomfortable because there were like 5 other people checking in, like 2 groups, but like trying to check into the hotel. And one of them, when we were leaving, they were all outside with their stuff trying to figure out what to do because they decided not to stay there. But because of this, now it is like 9:30 at night in San Francisco and we have nowhere to sleep.
accurate.
So we started looking up hotels in the area and we're like, okay, well, we're not staying at anywhere questionable. We need to stay at some kind of established facility that has nice enough room. We're not gonna get stuck in another closet and we're not gonna get stuck with more like creepy bugs. So we start searching and searching and then we find some. So we're calling, checking for availability, calling, and everywhere is sold out. I guess there is some sort of like international like women's conference for like entrepreneurs and like business women or something. But I also think that there were several other
like conventions and whatnot.
Yeah, or events or something because every single hotel
sold out.
Yeah, and so we ended up finding one in Oakland, which was like 40 minutes away without traffic, like an hour and a half with traffic.
Which is fine.
And keep in mind, you know, we just drove from Sacramento all the way down to San Francisco, and now we have to drive to Oakland.
I'm like at a point where I'm like, we should have just stayed at home. Like,
yeah, it was just driven in the morning. So then we get there, and we're kind of, you know, telling him what happened, and I guess every single hotel was booked all the way through. I think she said it was the whole week.
Yeah, it's a whole week.
So basically, like for like the whole week, they had like 2 rooms left. And so I guess within like an hour radius every direction was booked out.
Yeah.
So
the closest hotel they had was San Jose, and that's like equivalent of driving from Sacramento to San Francisco.
But luckily we finally got there at like 10:30 at night. But it was a good hotel.
The best hotel that we could even ask for at that point. Like,
we had like 2 queen beds. The beds were so comfortable. The pillows were comfy. Like the comforters were all like soft and fluffy to like cozy up in. And we had space. It was clean. It was amazing.
Just want to let you know we made it. There's Gopi.
hey.
We have our 2 beds, clean room, a decent sized bathroom, and it's a normal hotel room. So it was probably worth the 30-minute drive. thank God we came.
Yeah, it ended up being worth the drive, but it was just ridiculous because there were so many hotels like that in San Francisco, and just the fact that everything was sold out, it just ended up being far more drama than it needed to be.
Yeah.
It was so frustrating. Oh my god. At least we were together. If that would have happened and like one of us were by ourselves,
It'd be so miserable. Oh my
I
god.
probably honestly would have just like drove home at that point. Just been like, I'll come back in the morning because this is just, it's too sketchy to do alone, you know?
Yeah, seriously.
Alright, well, that's all I had to say on that.
It is what it is.